1975 saw John H. Stracey become world welterweight champion. Billie Jean King was still picking up Wimbledon titles, and cricketer David Steele was Sports Personality of the Year. Leeds United had a new personality in the shape of Duncan McKenzie.
Oh, superb the way he took it. Duncan McKenzie, the scorer.
Lorimer. McKenzie.
Gray. McKenzie. 2 each.
But it was the established stars, the men schooled in the Reevy mould, who held off the mist of time long enough to reach the final of the European Cup.
Good through Jordan. 1-0. Far side of the ground disappearing once more. McQueen! And McQueen picked up the spare ball. Yorath. Good flick to Lorimer. That's Giles. Always in space. Jordan. Yorath. Eddie Gray. Blocked by 2 defenders. Eddie Gray. Lorimer. The inevitable Giles for Leeds. Jordan. Good flick. 1-0. Asensi is there as well. Asensi. 1 each. Lately. Tarini. Ranfarini. Jordan. Yorath.
So to Paris for the 20th European Cup final. Up to now, only Manchester United among English clubs had lifted the trophy.
Clark, who drifted loose. Just got Beckenbauer in front. Brilliant play again by Clark, and is that a penalty? No. Clark seemed to lose Beckenbauer then. And look at this, with the comments of Don Reevy.
Well, Beckenbauer doesn't like that situation. It looked a definite penalty to me. Clark was thrown. He's watched Beckenbauer pull the right leg from underneath Clark.
Madeley. Bremner! Superb goalkeeping by Meyer. And when it's mattered tonight, Meyer's produced it. He's had his critics over many years, but that really kept Bayern alive. Knocked back, and while you're watching that, there's bedlam on the field. Lorimer put it away, and Bremner may have been offside, and the referee, who seems to have had his problems, has now given a go. Total confusion, and in fact, well, no, he hasn't. He's given offside.
Watching a dazzling decade draw to a close. Leeds had 10 consecutive seasons in Europe, reaching 5 finals and 2 semi-finals. In the same period, they won the League Championship twice, the FA Cup and the League Cup, and they were runners-up on 8 other occasions. Jock Stein was Jimmy Armfield's successor in 1978, but like Brian Clough, lasted exactly 44 days before leaving suddenly to take the Scotland job. After that, Jimmy Adamson occupied the manager's chair for 2 years, taking Leeds briefly back into Europe. Alan Clark, the first Reevy disciple to take the job, suffered relegation to the 2nd Division. Eddie Gray succeeded him, but couldn't win promotion, and neither quite could Billy Bremner, even though he took Leeds to the playoffs and to the FA Cup semi-final in 1987, where they forced extra time against the eventual winners, Coventry City. In October 1988, the job went to the thoughtful Howard Wilkinson, the latest man to step into Don Reevy's shadow. By then, Reevy was stricken with motor neurone disease, but a reunion enabled his old players to pay their respect.
Well, the thing that put him above the rest, I think, is man management of players, because at that time when we were all here, he must have had 18 internationals, and he knew how to handle them all, how to treat each individual.
He is Leeds United because when he was here, it didn't matter if he was here, actually at the ground. He could be in Scotland, but he was here. His presence was always here.
I would remember the whole determination of the man and his will to win, even after setbacks, picked the team up and went again the following year. And I think that was the great thing of his management.
Okay, it's all right. Johnny, can you just lean over here?
Reevy could look back with pride on the qualities of his own treasured side, the best in Leeds history.
You start off with David Harvey, who came as a schoolboy, 15-year-old, and waited many years to get the chance and played a fantastic part in his winning the FA Cup final with his great save with a deflection from Frank McClintock early doors. Well, Paul Rainey was a fitness fanatic. When he marked best and people like this, never used to give them a kick out. But defensively, Big Jack was a tower of strength, and in attacking situations, getting under the bar and getting goal from us for corner kicks and things like that. Norman Hunter, he got the same performance at the Norman Hunter for 42 matches a season. He never used to drop his performance. It was always a level of about 85% every week. And then you had Terry Cooper, one of the most gifted left backs who could go up to people and beat them. Not quick, but go up and just shake his body and get them off balance and just ease past them. And then in that lot you had, of course, Paul Madeley, the Rolls Royce, who played in 10 different positions for me. The only position he didn't play was goalkeeper. Then you had Billy Bremner on the right, who was electric. He was quick, over 10 yards, he could see things out the back of his head, he could cut balls between people. And he was one of the world's greatest players. And then on the left, of course, you had John Giles, one of the most gifted players I've ever seen in my life. Two-footed, could pull it out the air, get it down, pass it. Up front we had Peter Lorimer, the hardest shot in football, you know, when people could really hit them, like Bobby Charlton, Franny Lee. He won a prize of £500, a silver salver for 78 points something miles an hour. But Mick Jones was unselfish play. He could knock it up to Mick and he could hold it till he got support from the middle of the field or players round about him. And he was always in there challenging, good in the air, got a lot of great goals for us, and it was my privilege to manage him. And then you got Clarkey, Sniffer, one of the best players I've seen going to a goalkeeper and going round him and sticking it in the back of the net. Eddie Gray, I think he'd have been better than George Best. And I'm not just saying that. I think that if that lad hadn't have had a pull muscle, he would have been one of the most exciting players that the world's ever seen.
Those players meant that even when physically paralysed, Don Reevy could live on his Leeds memories.
Clock! What a goal! What a goal! Magnificent!
Yet another trophy for Leeds United in this incredible run of success.
Leeds United are turning on a brilliant show, and the other team are just not on the park.
And we played all the way for Leeds United. Elland Road is the only place for us. With heart and soul for the goal that's clearly sighted. We're out to toast each other.